Welcome back, boys. Today we have one from Dad Mode in Dark Mode. We were raised by women who hated men. Let's check it out.
Let let me say something that's going to make a lot of people uncomfortable. And by a lot of people, I mean women. So a lot of us men, if not all of us here in the West, were raised by women. But we were raised by women who didn't actually like men. And now I don't mean just your mom, right? I mean the entire ecosystem. Moms, teachers, counselors, therapists, daycare workers, church staff, you name it, we were told by those same women to grow up and be a gentleman, to be kind and respectful and protective and safe. We heard that a lot. But there's a caveat with that. You were never to be too assertive, right? Never too confident or too masculine. In other words, be the thing they hated, just behave better. Let me repeat that. Be the thing they hated, just behave better. I mean, of course, the first woman who ever loved you, it wasn't your girlfriend or a crush. It was your mom. Or maybe she didn't love you. I don't know. So, I mean, because those exist. So, especially the ones that really hate dudes. But yeah, I mean, let's say, your dad was either gone, he was weak, he was abusive, or, disrespected in the home. I mean, that love came with strings. So, and those strings are that men are dangerous. They're selfish. They are the problem. And you may have heard, don't be like your father. You didn't just learn that love had conditions. No, you learned that you, as a boy, were guilty until proven safe. This wasn't love, not at all. It was early stage programming. That's what you experienced, and it taught you to be ashamed of your masculinity and to be ashamed of it before you even understood what it was. We were told to control our emotions. You were told, hey, control your emotions, control them. But you weren't taught how. You were taught to simply suppress them, especially anger. Never let that cat out of the bag. You were told to respect women.
Like, it's crazy. Anger is one of the most, I would say, honest emotions. Like, it really is. And you're not allowed to express it. Like, the thing is, you're basically, the only thing you're allowed to do is be a fucking, like, what's the word? Like, Enoch. Like, you're just supposed to be like a girl, bro. That's essentially what they want. I mean, this shit is beaten into you since, since kindergarten, really. It slowly starts to mount up, like, sit still and basically be a good girl, like.
But not to respect yourself when a woman disrespected you.
Yeah, it's like they can say and do and fucking even hit you, and you're supposed to just take it. Like, what the fuck?
You were told to be kind and be gentle, but you weren't.
Basically, be a trick, be exploited by every woman in your life.
Taught how to say kind and be gentle, but you weren't taught how to say no without fear of rejection or punishment. Plain and simple, you were not raised to be a man. We were not raised to be men in this country, in this culture. We were raised to be safe for women, to be safe for women. And if you stepped outside those lines, you got hit with the ultimate insult, possibly. You're acting just like your father, right? You heard that one before? You're acting just like your father. But let's talk about numbers here. Let's talk about, school for a second. Over 76% of K through 12 teachers in the US are women. In early education, it's over 90%. From the moment you step into a classroom, you are placed in a behavioral system designed by women, for girls. Boys they're just outnumbered, they're outcultured. You're expected to, sit still for hours, Use your inside voice. Never interrupt. No, never talk back. Never challenge authority. Always be obedient. But what's actually happening is that normal male behavior is being pathologized. Yeah, I've heard this one when I was 9. If you're too energetic, you have ADHD. My ninth grade teacher, Mrs. Tinsley, thought I had ADHD because in the middle of social studies, I learned how to do this and was super excited about it and kept doing it. So, and I didn't have ADHD. I was just, the doctor said, no, he's just a 9-year-old. So hats off to that doctor. But yeah, I mean, you're assertive. That means you're aggressive. If you disagree, that means you're oppositional. And if you're fidgety, then you're disruptive, right? And what happens to boys in this system? They adapt by shrinking. I've talked about this. They or they rebel and get punished for it. Either way, the message is clear. Boys, your nature is a problem. By the time you hit adolescence, your default mode is appeasement. Say sorry when she's upset. Do whatever makes her comfortable. Never raise your voice. Never assert your needs. Never take up too much space. Don't be manspreading now.
Damn.
You're not operating from strength.
I remember that. That was such a weird ass fucking thing happening, man.
You're performing for approval because deep down the programming says if you're good enough, she won't leave, and if you're soft enough, you'll be safe, right? But that's not love. That's fear-based compliance, just dressed up as virtue. The same women who instilled this fear told you to be a gentleman, right? Ironically enough, hold the door, pay for my meal, protect her.
Yeah, dudes get all the fucking wrong messaging. See it all the time. Dudes being like these simpy losers that never, they're never assertive and they never truly get the respect out of the woman. They never get that woman out of the woman. Like the thing is, a lot of these women, they just use these dudes for like food and attention and a place to sleep. I mean, they don't even smash. Like, I've seen that shit. And, bro. Like, women say one thing, but the thing is, who they truly, like, lust after, who they respect, who they do. I mean, if you don't know what the hell I'm talking about, like, you can't even imagine the shit they do for the men they truly respect. And they are complete 180 for what you're being taught and what you're being told to do and act like. It's completely wrong.
Listen without speaking, act her, listen without speaking, sacrifice your needs. And then in return, disrespect when you...
This is why I say, like, screw these Western women. Like, I'm just gonna be honest. I think a lot of dudes who are older are just gonna kind of understand. Like, the thing is, I'm kind of checked out with these Western women. I just can't no longer deal with their crazy bullshit. I just can't anymore. I think more men need to stop focusing on these women and start finding proper good brothers to create something beautiful together. Fucking work. I mean, you don't have to work together, but the thing is, you push each other to create something more, whether it be more money or just something, man. Because these women will never, they're just not worth it anymore. They're just not. And what can we do, right?
You set a boundary, and in return, disrespect when you set a boundary, accusations when you assert yourself, emotional manipulation when you withdraw, and rejection when you stop playing nice. See, it was never about mutual respect. It was about behavioral compliance, okay? You don't get applauded for being a good man. You get used. You get used and abused until you stop performing. And, we talk about...
Yeah, I see it like the dudes who are kind of like the most cold-hearted, the dudes who just don't care at all about these women, and they just smash and they completely exploit everything they know about human nature and female nature, to bed a lot of women and kind of move up in the to kind of like indulge in that. They used to be actually the biggest romantics. They used to be the ones who thought women were the most beautiful. They were like these hopeless romantics, but they tried that route. They were simps. They were losers. They were walked all over. They were cheated. They they were lied to. They were every possible bad thing a woman can do. They did that to them, and they kind of learned the game. They understood it, and they started to. Some of them in this system, there are some who just start to hate women. They just do. They start to hate women for how they behave in today's modern society, and yeah, this breeds hatred, man.
About feminism, and we talk about feminism like it's somehow confined to just college or social media, but its more formative influence happens at home. It happens in the home. Single moms projecting their unresolved anger at men onto their sons. Married women belittling their husbands in front of their kids. Daughters that are learning to be.
I've uh, I've actually seen this. I've seen like a man. It was like I work with it, like yeah, co-worker, like boss. I've worked with a man, and he was telling me these stories, and like I've seen it happen as well. I was visiting, and it's like the woman slaps him, or like kind of gets a physical with him in front of the kids. It's like, and the kids see how the mother is treating the father, and it's like I wonder what they're being taught. It's like they I mean, these were girls seeing this, so it's like, I mean, if they start to think that it's okay to treat a man like that, I mean, it just sets a horrendous picture of how you should treat a man in a relationship for these girls. And it's like, it's not okay to beat your man when you're in a relationship with him. Now, keep in mind, like, this dude was one of the most spineless dudes I ever seen. But there are a lot of them that kind of just completely bend to the woman in hopes that she stays and maybe gives him some children and doesn't leave or cheat on him. It's insane.
Be dominant of their kids.
I would rather die than be in that position. I don't care. I would rather no, fuck no. Hell no.
Daughters that are learning to be dominant and sons learning to submit. I mean, you grew up thinking that love meant being agreeable, being needed, being useful. And now as a man, I mean, this day and age, man, you're saying yes when you want to say no. You let women walk all over you. You try to be be the safe guy, right? And wonder why they don't respect you. You've been domesticated. You've been tamed. You've been.
Yeah, a lot of dudes just completely give all their frame away for nothing. They gain nothing. They don't even get respect. They don't even get sex. Like back in the day, I mean, at least you got sex. But these women, bro, they just extract money from you, attention. They waste your time. They just talk a bunch of bullshit. I have never met a woman that I was like, wow, such an interesting conversation. I learned so much. I never. And these women are just professional time wasters. And you learn enough about the shit, you realize that holy fuck, the chance of you meeting a quality woman in the West today, with all the distractions and modern garbage everywhere, like social media and just the culture in general with the feminism and all that, you it's one in a million chance that you meet one of these unicorn women that doesn't exist, that is like a proper traditional woman that you can take seriously and have babies with. She can be a good mother. Impossible. Like all you see are covert feminists, and it's like, what's a dude to do? Because I mean, the option is to go overseas, but that window is closing fast, and you like, it's very sad that that's like the only option now. Like, what, you're supposed to just switch country or move to an entirely different place and culture to have a shot at that traditional life. It's it's such a bad, like, fuck.
Turned into you've been domesticated, you've been tamed, you've been turned into a service animal. And dude, emotionally neutered men, they can't lead. The system just creates overthinking men, over apologizing men, under respected men, men with no fire or voice or edge, men who ask for permission to simply exist. You don't know how to lead because you were never allowed to in the first place. You don't know how to confront because you were punished for it.
Yeah, but like, the system is brutal, and the women as well. It's like, you don't figure the shit out at a young age, you're gonna be fucked. You'll never get respect from a woman or pass down your seed. It's I mean, it's kind of like, it's not. I don't blame women for this shit. For the entire situation, I blame weak men. But the thing is, you grow up in the system, and women are women. The thing is, they'll say all this fugazi bullshit, but if you don't wake up and adapt, um, no, how do I say it? Women don't give a fuck. The thing is, they can, like, that's the sad thing, is that women don't really give a fuck if you were fucked over and all of this happens to you. They don't give a fuck. It's all about results, and it's about strength. So if you were lied to and you become weak and you become one of these simpy dudes, it's brutal, man. You won't win. You won't win. You do everything wrong to win, and yeah, I mean, how do I explain it? It's very brutal to like kind of come to the realization that women are not on your team on this. Only men can be. Only men can help you with this shit, because women have no, absolute zero sympathy for weak men. They see you as an ant. You are basically dead. You are invisible. You are nothing to these women if you are weak or useless to them when it comes to like utility or whatever. If you can't do something for them, you are dead. I mean, I would imagine, like, I mean, it's kind of like a brutal picture to paint, but it's like you can be bleeding on the street, but if you are a weak and useless man for these women, they'll let you bleed out. They will. The only people that are gonna help you out are men. In this situation, in this world, right now, it is men you need, not these fucking women, because they'll stab you in the back or watch you get stabbed in the back, and they'll laugh. A little bit, maybe I'm a little bit jaded, but like, that's kind of how I think about it.
You don't know how to confront because you were punished for it. You don't know how to hold frame in a relationship because the only frame you know is make sure she's happy or you'll lose everything. A lot of men are just walking on eggshells in relationships right now, especially marriages, where they have everything to lose in the marriage and in the divorce, whereas the woman has everything to win and to gain from both.
Yeah, a lot of dudes are in a relationship where the woman doesn't even like them. Not even love, but it's like doesn't even like them. It's just you bring value in terms of like financial gain or attention or whatever the fuck. She's just a parasite extracting from your life and your fucking energy. And a lot of dudes don't see that because they're so goddamn lonely. Because they have no friends, they have no brotherhood. If they have that shit, there would be a brother that would like, what the fuck are you doing with this stupid, with this woman? What are you in, why are you in this stupid position? Is what I meant to say. And they will fucking wake up and leave these women, bro. They would stop being like these tricks that get exploited for food, for money, for fucking whatever the fuck. They have never actually experienced a woman's like true like what's the word, bro? That like primal fucking attraction, that like love or lust or whatever the fuck. They have never experienced that. So they don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about, man.
But yeah, you were told masculinity is dangerous and that strength is oppression, that assertiveness is aggression. But the truth is that the absence of masculinity is the real danger. If you want to see real chaos, go to a school with no male teachers. Go to a household with no strong father. Go to a neighborhood where men are absent and boys are raised by the state. You don't get order. You get complete and utter dysfunction. And why? It's because there's something missing. And no, ladies, it's not empathy. It's edge. It's masculinity. That's the antidote, not the disease. So men, you want your strength back? You want to break the spell? The voice in your head that says, don't make her uncomfortable, don't be scary, don't take up space, don't...
The dudes have those voices in their head. My voices are like, conquer. Oh, no, I don't have voices.
don't make...
Bro, I never have these thoughts. I'm just kind of doing whatever the fuck I want. That's kind of how you should do things. Like, just do what you want, unapologetically. That's pretty good way to go. And if people don't understand, like, fuck them. Like, what? Everybody's so goddamn in society today. Everybody's so temporary. Does that make sense? Your co-workers, your neighbors, your job, your this, yeah. Everything is so temporary. Like, you can. Like, it's crazy to me how you can do like crazy shit in public and it pretty much has no repercussions. It's like you can just do like crazy backflips and like scream and yell, and you can do like, I haven't done this. I have never done this, but the thing is, you can do this shit, and not much comes of it. You don't get. I mean, before there was like shame and shit in society, but the everything is so over socialized now that it doesn't exist.
You're mad, scary, don't take up space, don't make her mad. Dude, that is not your intuition. That's programming, dude. That's your programming. You are not here to be a pet. You're here to build and to protect and to lead, to say no and mean it. You don't need her permission to be a man. You need your own conviction.
Every time I said no to a woman, she got more respect for me. You know what happened? I got more sex. It's crazy. The more I say no, the more sex I get. Dudes thinking inverse. They think the more yes they say, yes baby, I'll do it. Yes baby, oh don't be mad. Yes baby, I'll buy you this. Yes baby. The more yes they say, that less sex they get, that less respect they get, that higher chance. The more yes you say, the higher the chance the woman is gonna cheat on you with like 3 dudes, and you get like the video of it with her fucking face covered with like, you know what? It's a brutal world out here, man.
You need your own conviction.
Yes, I agree.
I mean, we got to talk about healing without simping. So yes, heal, but stop confusing healing with neutering. Healing isn't turning into an emotional golden retriever. It's not crying for attention or saying I'm in therapy like it's a badge of honor. Healing is regaining your power. It's learning how to feel anger without shame. And it's learning how to love without losing yourself, learning how to lead without apologizing for it. You don't heal by appeasing, you heal by confronting. It's action. That's the action that needs to be taken. Plainly put, you weren't raised to win. You were trained to lose with grace, to get cheated on and stay quiet, to get disrespected and be the bigger man, to get alienated from your child and be grateful for scraps, to carry everyone's burdens and call it strength.
No wonder dudes are checking out in droves in employment, in this dating shit. They're just checking out, bro.
That's not nobility. Servitude with a smile. So if you feel confused and bitter and angry, good. Good. Your soul's waking up. Rise and shine. You're not broken. You're not toxic. You're a man who finally sees what was done to him. You're finally seeing it, man. So yeah, fellas, if this hits, send it to another man who's been, sleepwalking through his life. He doesn't need another lecture. He needs to hear the truth. It's time to stop chasing her approval, fellas. It's time to stop
being a simp. Let's read some comments. Why is masculinity even an issue when men are hated for both being too masculine or not masculine enough? Yeah, you have to be in this perfect like kitty or pea, like kitty, like a Goldilocks zone of like simp. Fuck that shit, bro. Even as a child, I remember thinking to those guys who say "happy wife, happy life" just sounded so pathetic. Yeah, dude's got no spine. The happiest relationships are when like the dude makes all the fucking decisions, and the woman is not just like the thing is people think like the woman is some kind of like slave or something. It's like, bro, happily follows. Like that's the thing. You weren't trained to win, you were trained to lose with fake grace. My mom hated me and my father. My brother was cool, so my mom liked him. You get the hate everywhere you go. My mother hated me. She tried to turn me into a trans kid. Oof. You were raised by people who could not control their emotions. Ooh. We're a generation of men raised by women. I'm wondering if another woman is really the answer we need. Ooh. My mother doesn't like me. She's a feminist liberal and I'm not. That'll do it. I have been ostracized, abused, disrespected, talked down on, and punished for standing up for myself. Was saying no by women at work. It is the most craziest experience you would ever see. Yeah, I mean, I lost my job. I mean, me personally, I lost my job saying no to a woman. She just kept demanding more and more and more crazy shit out of me. And just because I didn't bend over fucking backwards like the other losers at my job, the other weak ass coworkers, just because I didn't fucking bend over and be a good boy for this woman, I lost the job. I mean, it became so fucking bad I had to leave, bro. I couldn't take the fucking disrespect and like the constant bullshit at work, man. Leaving that job was a good thing I did. Changing job from these like woke like man-hating like environments at work, changing jobs to where like I only work with men, proper men who have like families and shit that don't have like all this like bullshit in their lives. Working with proper men really helped me out. I was around 8 when my mother went to a women's meeting once. She came back spouting a new word, patriarchy. From that day forward, she hated her husband and 4 sons. Damn. Anyway, boys, hope you guys enjoyed this one.